Hello friends and family of YouTube. Well, by the title, I hope that it did not come across as a clickbait title. I have been trying my best to think of a title that totally explains what I'm trying to do today. Well, if you look behind me here, you'll see my RV. It is only 14 foot long. It is a small RV. Now, what I want to do is tonight, it's going to get down to about 37 degrees. I think the warmest overnight is like 40, so right in there, 37 to 40 degrees. Anyway, what I want to do is I want to take a small heater and I'm going to get this RV right at 70 degrees. And with me inside there, my body heat generating some heat and having a candle lit, I want to see how long I can keep it 60 degrees. Again, I'm going to turn the heater on and get it up to 70. And I'm hoping that it will stay at 70 degrees, but I want to see how long it will stay between 60 and 70 degrees simply by my body heat and a candle. So that's the whole test for today. So, you know, hey, we'll see. It'd be nice if I could go all night long in here, but either way, we're going to find out. So, hey, y'all come along with me and let's see what it does. Man, you talk about taking one for the team, folks. Hey, I'm doing it today. Well, you can see it's 40 degrees in here in the RV, and it is 3:30. So I think it's about 45 degrees outside. Anyway, here's the small heater that I've done a video on before, and to give you an idea, a loaf of bread stands up this tall versus this heater. So this is a very small heater, but what I'm going to do, I got a great video on this heater too, so if y'all want to watch that one. Anyway, I'm going to turn this heater on low, and that should get it up to 70 degrees in here. And I should have started this earlier because I'd like for all the walls, the floor and the ceiling and everything to be nice and warm. So what I'll do is, like I say, it's only 3:30 now. It gets dark here right at 5 o'clock. And so right around dark, I will turn off this heater and start up the candle and see how well it holds up. Okay, well, it's 4:30 and you can see that the temperature has risen up to 56 degrees. So I've had this little heater on now for exactly 1 hour, and I believe we were at 40 degrees earlier. It's gone up to 56. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this up to high and hope that that gets us up to right at 70 degrees. And I will turn the heater off, and once it gets at 70, I will get that heater off and also put on a candle and see where we're see how long we can hold up some good temperature. Okay, well, it is now 5:30 and you can see that it is almost 70 degrees. So it took right at 2 hours for this heater on high to get it from, I believe it was 40 degrees up to 70. So we went up 30 degrees in 2 hours with this on high. So just to kind of recap, here's what I'm wanting to do. I want to take this candle right here and I want to light this candle and see how long it will keep this RV right anything above 60 degrees. So if it takes 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever, I'm going to stay in here with it, and that way my body heat and this candle will be producing some heat in this RV. Now what I will also do is I will keep the TV on, and the TV does produce a little heat itself. So what this will do is kind of give you an idea of what a true setting would be like. And let me tell you also about the weather. It's very, very minimal wind outside. So it's right now right at 38 degrees outside. So anyway, I know a lot of you are wondering, well, he should stack clay pots up here. He should have cast iron skillets on top of this and all kinds of stuff. I'm going to tell you my theory behind why you should not do that. Well, let's imagine anything above here is going to absorb some of that heat, and heat is energy, of course. So anyway, once the heat comes from the candle, it would absorb in a clay pot or whatever you put on top of it. I don't want anything else to absorb the heat. I want the room air to absorb the heat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the candle and I am going to set it on the floor with it lit and let all of the heat rise from the candle and rise all throughout the room and try to keep the room semi-warm. Now, to give you an idea of how far away it is from the thermometer that's on the wall, it's about from there to that wall is right at probably 2.5 foot to that wall. And then if you go up the wall, it's a good right at 6 foot to the thermometer. So any reading I get from that thermometer is not going to be thrown off by this candle. Now, if you look again at where the heater is, excuse me, the heater does have a fan and it's blowing heat, excuse me, this way. And if you look at the thermometer, it's behind it. So I don't know that we're getting any false readings from that. I wouldn't think so, but that was questioned in a previous video I did about this heater. So anyway, just want to kind of lay the groundwork for you, and let's see where we're at now. Yeah, we are close enough to 70 degrees. I'm going to go ahead and call that 70, and I'm going to go ahead and light this candle. I take a morning walk every day, and I found this lighter out on the road, and a buddy of mine seen this, and he's worked at some gas stations, and anyway, he was telling me this is what the crackheads buy. The crackheads buy these lighters, and I was like, man, that's a cool lighter. So anyway, he said it keeps their crack pipes lit, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, it's amazing somebody have good taste in lighters, but they let their teeth rot out doing a drug. Isn't that stupid? So anyway, this candle, this flame will get a little bit taller, of course, as this candle burns. Matter of fact, I think what I'm going to do is let this heater go a few more minutes, and that'll give this candle a little more time to kind of get softened up a little bit. Let that flame get a little bit bigger. Because, of course, the bigger that flame is, of course, the more heat it's going to produce. And I'm going to have this right in the center of the RV to try to generate as much heat as it can. Tell you what, I'll go ahead and fire up the TV too, because if I was out camping or boondocking out in the middle of Walmart parking lot trying to find my remote, I would definitely have my TV on. So just kind of want to do this just the same as if I was in the situation. All right, so here we go. We're going to turn the heater off. We're at 70 degrees. It is 5:34, and get the TV turned on. And I'll do you a screenshot also of the weather channel and my local weather channel, and it'll show you what the temperature is outside at the same time. Well, you can probably tell that the candle is burning a lot taller now than it was when I first lit it, now that the wax has kind of melted down a little bit on it. And we're 30 minutes into our test here, and I'll show you it is 6:01, and we are right at, looks like 60, 62, 63 degrees, somewhere right in there, maybe 64. But if any of you are wondering why I've got the TV going, if I was to be staying somewhere like Walmart or whatever, I can always run my TV off of my battery. So just trying to give you the situation that I would be in if I was to be boondocking out somewhere, and it's pretty much what I would be doing. I'd be laying here on the bed with all of my body heat still producing heat with the TV going. with the candle going, and I would leave on one of these LED lights. So I turned these other ones on just for video purposes only. So normally I would just have one of them on. So anyway, we'll keep going and see how much longer this will help keep it above 60 degrees in here. Looks like just judging by what happened in 30 minutes, I would say probably 30 minutes from now this test may be over, but hey, let's see what happens. All right, well, here we are at 6:30, and we started the test right at 5:30 with it at 70 degrees. And here we are 1 hour in, and we have dropped 10 degrees. Now you can see that I still have the candle going. Tell you what I've decided to do is just see if it slows down as far as the heat loss. See if we stick around 56, 58 degrees or whatever. I have got a good Western that I'm watching. We're on commercial break now. That's why I'm doing it at 6:28 instead of 6:30. So anyway, I'll try this out for a little while longer just to see what we end up with. And I just want to clarify as to why I'm doing this test. I did not expect this candle to heat up the RV, but I did expect it to try to help it maintain a certain temperature, so at least not get too cold too quick in here. But anyway, we'll see how much longer we can keep it tolerable in here, I guess we'll call it, with the candle. Just one single candle burning. Well, that feller, he didn't do too well in that shootout, did he? Well, anyway, it's been another 30 minutes, and temperature's only dropped 2 more degrees. So right now we're at 7 o'clock, and it is 68 degrees in here. So, I'm sorry, let me look at that again, 58. I thought, wait a minute now. So, yeah, it's 58 degrees in here, and yeah, we've been going since, let's see, it was 5:30, and now it's 7 o'clock, so it's been an hour and a half. And yeah, it's dropped down to 58 degrees, and hey, that's fairly tolerable in here. I am wearing long sleeves, winter clothing, so anyway, I'll let it keep going for a while and watch some more of this Western here, and keep you updated as to what's going on. All right, folks, well, we're 2.5 hours into this deal now, and looks like we are right at 54, 55 degrees, something like that. And it's still fairly tolerable in here, and all I got going is this little candle going on down here. And I know that there will come a time where the temperature just kind of levels off in here, and I would think that it would continue to drop just a little bit at a time, but it's kind of unknown as to what the where it would level out. But outside it is let me check the weather conditions outside, and I'll see what we got. All right, well, it's holding steady at 40 degrees, so hey, I'll give it 1 more hour. Right now it's 8 o'clock, so I'll come back out here at 9, and we'll see what the temperature's at then. And like I said, it is right at 54, 55 degrees, so we'll see what's going on at 9 o'clock, and that'll be the end of this. So that ought to be a pretty good run for a test, and see what a candle will do in a small RV. All right, well, I've had the heat off now for 3.5 hours, and looks like we are holding pretty steady right at 54, 55 degrees. And the only thing I have going on for heat in here, folks, is this candle and the TV and my body heat. Now, I have had to go outside a couple of times because I do not have the plumbing going right now in this RV because it has been winter. So I winterized it, so I've been having to go out to use the bathroom. So, of course, I did let some cold air in, so it might be warmer in here had I not gone outside. Well, I know some people will be wondering what would it be like if there was no fire in here, and how long would it hold up some decent temperature. So it's been off for the candle's been blown out for about an hour and 15 now, and it looks like it went down another 5 degrees. So that'd kind of give you an idea of what it would be like if there was no candle in here. So again, it's just turned 10:18. And as I said before, I didn't expect this candle to heat up the RV, but what I did kind of expect it to do is maintain a decent temperature in here, and that's what it did. And to be honest with you folks, I knew that it would because I have done this before. Me and Muppy was up in Nashville in about the same temperature situation. We had a candle, and that was all we had, because I forgot to load up the heater. So that was what we had to use for heat, was a candle. And that's pretty much the same temperatures that we were battling then, was right at 40 degrees. Now in the morning time, I do believe that I woke up and it was like 49, 50, somewhere around in there. But you know, I didn't chart it too well because I didn't think at the time about doing a video about it. But yeah, I've done this before. This is not the first time. But you know, you could light 2 candles in here and maybe have a little better situation than what I had. I don't know, maybe 2 people, 2 body heats going on. Maybe that would help as well. So there's several different things you could try out. But yeah, you're not going to heat it up in here, but you might maintain a little better decent temperature than not having anything at all. Folks, I appreciate y'all watching. Hey, if you've got something you want me to try in here as far as heating an RV, or good advice for somebody else, hey, leave it down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, I'd appreciate a like and subscribe and all that great stuff. Y'all know what to do. Hey, we'll see y'all soon. Y'all have a good evening. Bye-bye.